Therefore, my question to you is whether the BJP is trying to protect a guy
they are
who
going
was
to protect
representing
him.
the government of India, and whether he was a journalist or an Indian
I am
one.
questioning.
He was not representing. He was not representing. He was not representing the government of Fiji. He was not representing the government of Cook Island. He was representing
Mr. Rao, Mr. Rao, Mr. Narasimha Rao, I would like to remind you, Mr. Narasimha Rao, please listen to me. Listen, no, Mr. Narasimha Rao, listen to me. Listen, no, 1 second. Please listen to me and please calm down and listen to me. One at a time. The question is,
the kind of shame this man has brought.
I think whatever inquiry is held, it has to cover the Congress leaders also who are on this delegation.
He has made each and every citizen insulted today.
Had a hand in this. I think a larger inquiry has to cover.
I think, 1 second, can I just come into this? 1 second, I want to say something to the viewers at this point. I want to say this to the viewers. Mr. Rao, 1 minute, please. I just want to speak to the Newshour viewers. They are watching tonight. I want to say something to them, directly to them, please. I am putting some questions on air tonight, and I suspect at this stage of the debate, Mr. Rao, I strongly suspect that what you are trying to do. Gentlemen, listen to me for a minute. Mr. Ketkar and Mr. Rao, listen to me for a minute. I'm asking the viewers a question. You're watching the Newshour debate tonight. Do you have a feeling that what Mr. Narasimha Rao, the BJP, is trying to do, because he realizes he has no answers to my simple question, can his government tell me the name of the paper, channel or magazine which this man was doing a so-called interview for? Because he has no answers to my question, he wants to make this into a standard BJP Congress debate. I am asking the Newshour viewer tonight, should we allow this to become a standard BJP Congress debate? I am absolutely sure, Mr. Rao, and you must listen to me this. Please do not insult my profession. Do not insult the profession of journalism. I am saying tonight to you, Mr. Narasimha Rao, we do not insult the business of journalism. There is a difference between an interview and a meeting. Apply your mind. Will the United States government tomorrow simply stay quiet if a member of a pro-democratic think tank or a lobby group that supports the Democratic Party, which is in power in Washington, goes to Afghanistan and has tea with the reigning leader of the Al-Qaeda out there, or goes to Iraq and has tea with the Ayman al-Zawahiri, hoping to change his mind and extending an invitation to the United States to have dinner with Barack Obama? I am so shocked today. Here is a man who is going to Pakistan, flaunting his links with the Indian Prime Minister. If Vaidik was claiming to be close to the Modi government and Modi in Pakistan, was he speaking the truth or misrepresenting? If he was misrepresenting, as you are saying today, why is your government not taking action against him now? Do you have to take action in this case? General Jaswal wants to come back to the debate. General Jaswal. And one more thing. And one more thing. And one more thing that I wish to say to Mr. Rao, if you please listen to me. Mr. Rao, I want to say one more thing. Mr. Rao. I would like to remind you that there was at least one legitimate, very well-known journalist in that group. But she was not interviewing Hafiz Saeed. No. Some unknown entity called Vaidik is doing an interview. You call this journalism? Don't insult my profession, Mr. Rao. Do not do that. Do not do that, Mr. Rao. I will not take it lying down.
Can I now get
General Jaswal is opening up the debate. General Jaswal.
Yeah.
General Jaswal.
Gentlemen, Mr.
General
Rao,
Jaswal is speaking,
I request
please.
you, gentlemen.
Former Northern Area Commander General Jaswal is speaking, please.
Others also have interviewed.
Let this not become an exercise to clear our vocal cords. Please do kindly give time to others. First of all, we are trying to connect the dots and come to an extrapolation without knowing the facts. We're just conjecturing. Secondly, we are adding a political, flavor to it. Here is an individual who has violated the Constitution Act 19(1)(a), read in conjunction with 51(a). Now, 19(1)(a) says freedom of speech and expression, but this is not absolute. This is with certain restrictions. There are 8 restrictions in it. Now, when you read the restriction, one of them is, it is not to embarrass the sovereignty and integrity of the country, which has been done by this gentleman. 51A, there are 11 fundamental duties of every citizen of India, and that includes that we are supposed to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of our country again. This gentleman has violated that. The government has made a statement on the floor of the House that they have nothing to do with it. I'm sure they'll get a reply. The dots will be connected. All the queries that we have in our mind will be projected once a cogent query paper is prepared and answers are there. Let's not give political flavor to it that the Congress is to be blamed or RS is to be blamed or Ramdev ji is to be blamed.
Well,
sorry, this man is to be blamed.
Precisely.
And if in case someone is helping to go there,
I want to come in
it
here.
will come out.
Yes, Salman.
Arnab, I have one question for you, and I have a couple of quick comments.
Maybe the Congress.
My question to you, Arnab,
Let Salman speak now.
Let me.
Indian High. Or maybe
They're
Congress
shouting. They just have nothing to say. They just want to shout.
Let Salman speak, please.
Please participate in the debate. Let me just ask Arnab a question, and then I have 2 quick points to make. One, Arnab, is the question to you directly. If you were in this position, and you had actually gone and met Hafiz Saeed, and say you said you were a journalist, and then you said all the things that you said in that TV interview and everywhere else, what would the BJP be doing to you? They would have gone after you, and you would already be in jail, I think. Second, there are links.
No, I must respond to that. I must respond to that. First of all, I would not give the slightest amount of legitimacy to a terrorist like Hafiz Saeed, A. B, this interview everyone knows is not clinical. It gives Hafiz Saeed a platform to express his views. First of all, I don't believe it's an interview. It's some meandering discussion that involves, among other things, Hafiz Saeed's wives. He has not grilled a terrorist with hard questions on 26/11. He's given him a platform that in turn gives Hafiz Saeed more legitimacy. If this was a journalistic exercise, what were the counter questions asked to Hafiz Saeed when he self-righteously protested his innocence?
There are no counter questions.
What kind of journalist asks India's most wanted terrorist how many wives he has? What kind of journalist asks India's most wanted terrorist to ask for forgiveness? I am surprised, Maruf. One second. Maruf has been a journalist as well.
I haven't finished my point.
1 second. Salman, I'll come to you. I'm just following up on what you said. I'm going to come back to you. Maruf, what I find very surprising here is that this government has bought Ved Pratap Vaidik's ridiculous explanation. The Narendra Modi government has bought his explanation and is using his explanation to defend its own inaction, Maruf. That's what worries me. Maruf. Let Maruf come in. Maruf.
Bad journalism.
Sir, this is not any journalism. This is not journalism. You are calling it journalism because you are scared to act against Baba Ramdev. It is not. Don't insult my profession. Don't insult my profession.
Is not somebody.
Maruf, do not insult my profession.
Take it from me.
Do not insult my profession. Maruf, let Maruf speak.
Mr. Rao, please listen to others. Mr. Rao, please listen. Arnab, I'll remind your viewers, and you'll remember very clearly, when Arundhati Roy, the novelist, had made certain remarks which went against the nature and the basic position of the country, and as articulated by General Jaswal about the Constitution, she was charged with sedition. Why is it taking 48 hours for this government to come clear on whether this man has taken a position which is seditious or not? This is clearly in contravention to our Constitution. This is clearly a challenge to our officially stated position. And most importantly, this is an embarrassment to our country. This is an embarrassment to those who have laid down their lives to the country. That you have gone and negotiated with a man who's a mass murderer. And is this government so adamant on finding fault with Vaidik? Why don't they also put a penalty and put a bounty on the head of Hafiz Saeed? If they want to be different from the UPA government, what stops them from putting a bounty on Hafiz Saeed and saying very clearly that they want to come out against Hafiz Saeed and against the likes of Vaidik, who are trying to negotiate? Is this some kind of track 3, track 4, track 5 diplomatic initiative?
Absolutely, Maruf, and I want to ask you a counter question on this one. I have a question for Maruf and General Jaswal, please. 1 second, gentlemen, let me direct this. Salman, I'm going to come back to you. No. Anyone who knows Pakistan,
amenable to arrangement. It is an embarrassment.
Please permit me to say.
This is an embarrassment. And
Yati Noza.
To an end.
Yati Noza.
What I want to say is...
Okay, Mr. Oza. No, Salman, after Mr. Oza.
And Prime Minister is wrong. Nobody defends what he has done is right.
What action have you taken?
On your own
what action has the Narendra Modi government taken?
Somebody's issue came. I said wait for 24 hours. Prosecution was launched.
No, one second. Madhukar Jaitley is responding.
In Pakistan.
I want to clarify.
No, Mr. Rao, 1 minute. Let me direct it now. I am allowing at this stage.
Indian High Commissioner.
I am allowing at this stage Madhukar Jaitley to respond first because he hasn't spoken very often.
He will be dealt with sternly. And if need be, even charge of sedition would be placed.
Sir, when will your government deal with him sternly?
This rhetoric. But this is
we are
not
waiting
just
for
about
the report of the High Commissioner from
Let me just come to this point.
Indian High Commissioner in Pakistan is to send the report
This
tomorrow.
man is linked to the PMO. This man is linked to the PMO. I want to ask the BJP and the government. I want to ask the government. Did the Indian High Commission in Islamabad know about this meeting? Did Mr. Vaidik, was he at the High Commission at any point? Did they have any reception for him? What is going on with this government? This government is supposed to be decisive. They're so indecisive. They talk about nationalism. They call us anti-national. These shameless people, they have no answers today. No ansers today. They just shout. That's all they can do.
We can call
Why
your
are we
party
giving
the same
political
names?
flavor
Mind
to
your
the whole
words.
thing?
I think I can call you names.
It's an act of an
What did the
individual which
BJP
needs to be
do?
questioned.
What did the BJP do?
Some dignity.
What did they do when they were in this position?
If High Commission
maintain some dignity.
Again, a political flavor.
I can accuse
They're a
that your
hypocritical
party
party.
leaders were involved in fixing this interview. I can accuse you.
You have
Your
no
leaders
answers.
who are
You cannot
hobnobbing
answer to the people of India today.
with members of this
You
institute.
have zero answers.
I
This
think
man
this
is
is
linked
the
to the
larger question that needs to be
highest,
probed.
officials in your government.
If
Kumar Ketkar.
This government
Kumar
believes
Ketkar.
in institutionalized diplomacy.
Kumar Ketkar,
This
please.
government does not believe in any track 3 or track 4.
Arnab, Maruf is absolutely right. If High Commission does not know or did not know, that itself is inefficiency on part of the government and High Commission.
Yes.
So why should not we try High Commission itself, that why you did not know that so-called journalist is meeting Hafiz Saeed, whom it is extremely difficult, almost impossible to meet for any journalist.
Which takes me to my next question.
And yet this journalist gets out of the so-called delegation and meets Hafiz Saeed.
Which takes
High Commission doesn't know. High Commission doesn't know. High Commission says we are not involved. Without the participation and facilitation of High Commission
Kumar Ketkar.
and ISI and political establishment back home, it is not
Kumar
possible.
Ketkar, I believe Maruf and General Jaswal know the ISI quite well. My question to Maruf and General Jaswal, first to Maruf, is this. Maruf, do you think that Hafiz Saeed, who is nothing but a paid lackey of the ISI and the Pakistani military establishment, would have met any Indian without the approval and the involvement of the ISI? Do you think it's possible?
No way.
Do you think it's possigeneral General Jaswal?
He is living under the police.
No way. No way. You say.
Administration.
General Jaswal, Maruf, before you, General Jaswal.
Let me give you a simple logical answer. A simple logical answer. Ornab, simple logical answer. Hafiz Saeed has a bounty on his head. The Americans want his scalp. The rest of the others might be looking to get him also. He's clearly protected by the ISI, otherwise he would have been handed over to the Americans by now. They know also he's being targeted by India. God knows how many people are after him. He is well protected. There is no way that even a bloody mouse can go next to Hafiz Saeed without the approval of the ISI. And we're talking of this man who's going trumpeting that he is the greatest journalist at large since independence.
Mr. Rao,
he's the greatest journalist at large.
Mr. Rao, General Jaswal is also adding in.
Is this, are we testing the waters? Are we testing the waters discreetly? And this is my great worry. Are we testing the waters?
With what kind of people? General Jaswal. General Jaswal.
What Maruf has said is absolutely right. Can I speak, gentlemen? Please. What Maruf has just put across, I think he summed it up beautifully well. He is under the umbrella, a tight umbrella, I'll call, of the ISI. Not even a fly can go and sit on him without the approval of the ISI. This entire game plan needs to be inquired as to what role the ISI has played. How come they made him what they call slip away from the embassy of ours, the High Commission over there, without they knowing about it? What are the game played?
General Jaswal
alone will be able to answer.
No, General Jaswal.
No one else will be able to answer.
No, General Jaswal. Yes. General Jaswal, the simple question is, and Mr. Rao, just 1 minute. If you have such a problem, and please let me complete my comment. If you have such a problem with all these people who went for some what you call an ISI-funded, ISI-sponsored, some regional peace institute, I know these junkets keep happening, then, go and do something about it. You can investigate all those people who went there, but that's another matter. I don't want to get into it. My question is simply this. It has emerged from the debate tonight. Mr. Jaitley, I want your attention as well. That the ISI has organized a meeting with the killer of 26/11 with a man close to Baba Ramdev, who is one of the greatest supporters of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So, no, 1 minute. So, no, sir, let me complete. I will repeat it again, even if you're embarrassed about it. A man who supports the Bharatiya Janata Party, his aide has a meeting organized by the ISI with the killer of 26/11. This government, Madhukar Jaitley, stands on the floor of parliament and says he was doing it as a journalist, and this government has no idea what kind of journalism this was about. In fact, I think all those people who are playing the journalism line are either foolish, misplaced, ill-informed, or deliberately trying to fool themselves. No self-respecting journalist will buy that line. So this, therefore, Mr. Jaitley, is a very serious charge. It's a very serious charge, and the inaction is glaring. Mr. Jaitley.
This man is a loose cannon, irrespective of his connections.
Yes.
He is gone. Arnab, this man is a loose cannon. He's gone irrespective of his connections. He's gone over there. He's been influenced by the ISI. And he's gone and met that gentleman and made such maverick statements.
And the government is defending him.
Sedition.
And the government, but General Jaswal.
Because I won't comment on it.
General Jaswal, when the government General Jaswal, when the government stands and say we accept his line that he is a journalist, then in a way the government is building his defense. I don't understand why this. Mr. Jaitley, the government is to answer now. Mr. Jaitley.
Point taken.
Mr. Jaitley. Mr. Jaitley.
Absolutely. You see, Arnab, this is a similar case like in 1999 when the Kandahar plane hijack in the Kandahar plane hijack IC-814, the principal negotiator of the exchange of the terrorist Masood Azhar was later on awarded and who has now been made the National Security Advisor of the government of Mr. Narendra Modi. So it is the similar way that the BJP is trying to protect Mr. Ved Pratap Vaidik and saying that he is a journalist.
Don't make such atrocious comments.
This is not about this debate.
He was simply
highly
all-party delegation, all-party meeting had decided as an officer of the government.
No, Mr. Rao, please tell me why you on what basis? Simple question. We have 5 minutes left on the debate at this stage. I invite Mr. Narasimha Rao and Mr. Yatin Oza.